Hi, I'm Lisa Archer from Pickle Pie Designs. I created this special project for Creative Machine embroidery. What we're going to make today is this really fast and easy sleep mask. It's done completely in the hoop of your embroidery machine. The supplies for this project are cuddle fabric, which is nice and plush. We have batting, cut to size. We have elastic, and there are a lot of choices of elastics on the market today. This is a plain fold-over elastic, but there are also really fun ruffled elastics and sheer elastics that you can play with. We have tearaway stabilizer from Sulky, also a water-soluble topping, and we're going to be using some tape to hold our fabrics down. So let's go over to the embroidery machine and get started stitching. I already have my tearaway stabilizer hooped, and I have my hoop attached to the machine, and I also have the design preloaded on the machine. So the first step that we're going to do is stitch a placement line on the stabilizer. And all you need to do is press go. Once that stitch is done, we're going to take our hoop off the machine and lay it on our surface, and we'll lay the batting on top of the placement line as well as one of the pieces of cuddle fabrics, and we're going to make sure that we are covering that line completely with the fabrics. We're just going to use some tape to hold it in place. And then we're going to cover the fabrics with a piece of water-soluble topping. Water-soluble topping holds down the fuzzy fibers of the cuddle fabric so that the stitches can float on top of it rather than sinking down into the fibers and getting lost. So we'll just throw a couple more pieces of tape on the topping to hold it down, and we'll bring this back over to the embroidery machine. And the next step is stitching down the eyelashes. So I have black thread loaded and ready to go. Okay, now that that step has stitched, we have our sweet little eyelashes. Just going to clip that thread. And you're going to want to pull up the water-soluble stabilizer and just tear it off. And we're going to bring the hoop back to the machine and stitch placement lines that will show us where to place the elastic. Okay, the placement lines are done, so we're going to bring this back over to our mat. And you can see that one's hidden a little bit, but you can get an idea of where the stitch is. You'll take your elastic and place it across the eyes. Have the end of the elastic just about 1 inch over that placement line, and you're going to tape it down. Take the other end and place that over the opposite placement line. Tape it down, and then we're going to tape the middle of the elastic, the excess elastic, to the middle of the project so that it stays out of the line of stitches. Just throw a piece of tape over that. Next, we'll bring our final piece of cuddle fabric and place it face down over the project, centering it over the pieces that are already there. Tape that in place. And we'll bring this back to our embroidery machine. Place the hoop back on. And we're going to stitch our final stitch sequence, which will tack everything, all the layers of fabric together. Okay, now that this is stitched, the final stitch sequence, we'll take it off once again, bring it over, and we're going to remove the project from the hoop. And just remove all of the tape from your project. Once you're done removing the tape, you will pull off all of the tearaway stabilizer around the outside and the inside of the project. Okay, so once you've removed all the stabilizer, you'll trim around the outside of the project, leaving about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. You'll turn it inside out. I have one already turned here, and you'll have your elastic will be on the outside. You will have an opening at the top, and you'll simply pin that in place, give it a quick whip stitch by hand, or you can even top stitch it with your sewing machine. So this is what your finished sleep mask will look like. You can also experiment with different fabrics like satin, and be sure to look at the frilly, fun elastics that are available. I hope you had fun with this project and make tons of them for yourself and all your friends.